My hair is a mess. I need to get it done. And so, I'm getting ready to go. Look at this. Like, what is this? I don't know why my hair and my face insists on trying to embarrass me or rude. Oh, lighting is better here. Yes, yes. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nella for those of you who don't know, and in today's video we'll be doing a day in my life. I'm going to try and keep it up. If I don't stone me. Before we begin, I want to shout out to the subscriber of the day. You will be linked right here. Thank you so much for your continued support, and I appreciate our little family growing, and let's get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Don't forget to tell a friend, and subscribe to this video. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, so I'm heading off to work right now. My hair is an absolute mess. I'm trying to do a thing. I pulled up my hair, washed it. As you guys can see in my last videos, I had it in braids, but I pulled it out and washed it. And I like to keep my hair just a bit just free for a while before I do it, but I really need to do my hair and my face. I'm having I'm having breakouts currently. Look at this big old pimple. Sir, ma'am, please leave the face. I have no idea why my skin and my hair are trying to embarrass me or rude this morning, but the good thing about it is I'm wearing a mask, so nobody not gonna see it. Alright guys, let me show you the outfit of the day and then we'll head out. Alright guys, so today's outfit of the day from the Shein haul, the workwear haul. I'm wearing the top and then this bottom, this ensemble which I liked, and I'm wearing just some kitten heels. Professional yet sexy. I'm gonna flip the camera so you guys can get a better look, or try to give you guys as good a look as possible. So shoe cam, these are my shoes, little kitten heels. Make the click clap that I need to sound like I'm a business lady. Alright, so let's head out to work now. Having my earrings, keep it cute. Oof, go and brush up my edges and then let's go. I brushed my teeth and washed my face already. But boy, skin not going good. Before I go, currently I'm trying these new products that I picked up at the pharmacy. They're made in Jamaica. Let's see how they work out. But this is a toner with glycolic acid and green tea and aloe vera extract. And this is a facial moisturizer with hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, green tea, and aloe vera extract. So let's see if they can do something. I also have to cleanse, but that's in the bathroom. Edge is done, so I am fully ready, even though it's not the best, but whatever. I'm fully ready to go. I'm on duty today, so bag, my overnight bag, and then I'm just a pack rat. Alright guys, so I am off to work, going to brave the traffic and face today. So I'll catch up with you guys when I'm back at work. So I'm just rocking out to the music while waiting in traffic because, music for enjoy. But we don't want any copyright strikes on this video, so I will just be, motioning. So enjoy me, rocking, motioning. Hot girl, not a not girl. So I'm at work, so I'm gonna put on my mask, which is my outside mask, before I go inside and put on the inside mask that is, the government issued mask. So I'm just putting this on and I'm gonna just head into work, do the government work. Alright. So I'm in the elevator heading up to my ward. I am on, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm assigned to sexual reproductive health this month. So here are scenes from me at work. Work. See me happy work. Actually, lunchtime now. I'm going to show you the time on the clock so you guys can see that it's after 12. And, I'm in my car because I don't reach the levels where I feel that comfortable to vlog in public yet, especially now that it is actually visiting hours. So a lot of relative, well, not a lot, but allotted amount of relatives because there are lots of patients, as well as other staff and all of that. So I'm not in those levels yet where I'm comfortable to just be like, okay, this is what I'm doing, XYZ. So I usually try to get a quiet place. I either use the doctor's change room, but somebody's in there eating their lunch and I don't want to be disturbing them, so I'm in my car. So what usually happens, I told you this morning that I'm working at SRH, so I've seen some of my patients. I'm going to get something to eat, and then I have duty this evening at 4 p.m. So what SRH is sexual and reproductive health. It is where we see patients who have had early pregnancy losses, which is when you lose a baby, unfortunately less than 20 weeks, a miscarriage. And at that time, I will see them on the ward and I'll assess whether or not they need to do the procedure called DNC, which I showed you guys when I had to do that when I was on gynae duty in the last vlog that I did. So a DNC, I think I did in my last vlog. I'll link it in the video. So a DNC, or a dilatation and triage, is when we take out the remaining products of conception, because if not, the patient can bleed out and have issues. It can become infective, which we call a septic miscarriage, or bleed out and you can have hemorrhage, which lose lots of blood. You can become anemic and eventually you can die, have hemorrhagic shock, or you can get infected and you can get septic shock. So we tend to try and prevent that by doing the DNC, giving them antibiotics and giving them medication and painkillers, and we're responsible for the patients up to 1 week post having the procedure done, or if we think that they need a review, we'll give them a date for a ward review. Now, in addition to that, I'm also in family planning and contraception, which is I deal with all the patients who come to the hospital requesting insertion or removal of contraceptions, and the ones that we do are the long-acting ones. So the long-acting ones are the subdermal implants. We use the Jadel here, but there are other ones in different parts of the world and in different countries. And the subdermal goes right under the arm, right here under the skin, just above it, so you usually can feel it. And it goes under the skin, and it's 2 rods that we use. As I said, different countries have different ones. There's some with 1 rod, some with 2 rods, some with 5 rods. It just depends on the country that you're in. And so it goes on the skin. It lasts for 5 years of contraception, and it releases a hormone which is similar to your natural body's hormone, but that prevents implantation and prevents people from getting pregnant. So I insert and remove those, as well as, so I usually have clinic and I go and do that. We also do copper T or Mirena, which are the intrauterine contraceptive devices. The Mirena is similar to the Jadel, where it, in terms of it's releasing a hormone. However, the difference is that the Mirena and the copper T, they're intrauterine, so you insert it via the vagina into the womb, the opening of the womb, and it's like a T-shaped, and you usually have a string, and this string is what we use to make sure that it's still in place, and also to remove it when the time comes. Now the Mirena, as I said, it releases a hormone, and that lasts for 5 years. And then I also do copper T, which is one that lasts for 10 years. The copper T is different in that it is not a hormone. It's usually just a copper wire, and the copper have like kind of inflammatory effect, where it prevents pregnancy, as well as these things act as physical barrier. Now with everything, contraception is not 100%, but most of these contraception usually have like a 99.999% success rate, right? So I insert and I remove those, copper T, Mirena, Jadel, and then I also do permanent contraception, which is what we call tubal ligation, or tie off is what Jamaicans generally call it. Tie off, tubal ligation, sterilization, which is when I tie the tubes of the women, and then hopefully once successful, you no longer have any more children. But if unsuccessful, then there's a small chance. But most of the times, as I said, most contraceptions are very effective, and you have very few people who it's not successful. So if it's successful, no more children. However, unfortunately, we're currently not doing tubal ligation because it is an elective procedure. It is a surgery where I would have to bring the patient into a theater and do it, whereas the implants, the subdermal implants and the IUDs are day procedures. So literally take 5-10 minutes and do them. Put them in, 5-10 minutes to take them out. usually just use local anesthesia or no anesthesia at all. It's that easy. Versus the tubal ligation, the patient needs to get anesthesia, whether it is regional or general, where you get to go to sleep, or regional where we just numb the area, and then I do the tubal ligation. But because of COVID, we've cut back on a lot of elective procedures, so we know we're not currently doing tubal ligations, which is unfortunate. So people have to be discussing and coming with different kinds of procedure. The only people who offer tubal ligation too is if you're doing a C-section, and because we're already inside, if you would want a tubal ligation, then we just do it at the same time, because we're already going to be opening you up, and it will save you getting an additional procedure. But other than that, we're not doing elective tubal ligations. So that's what I'm responsible for. And I'm also responsible, I also have my own clinic in terms of antenatal clinic, which is the teen mothers, and I see those in clinic and make sure that everything is in order for them, and make sure that, you know, when it comes time for delivery, that everything is settled. So those are my responsibilities on sexual and reproductive health. So contraception and family planning, miscarriages, and teenage mothers, and making sure that they're all okay so that they can have healthy babies, and also counsel them on contraception so that they can take a longer time to have between having their first child and their next child. So ideally we would try to counsel them on Jadel and other kinds of contraception, so we don't see the teenage pregnancy epidemic continuing and they coming back every year with another baby. Because honestly, even not because you're a teen mother, I think that there's still opportunity. So we want them to go back to school, we want them to get their education so they can really provide for themselves and their family, and don't have to be another marginalized group or another group of people who get mistreated or ill-treated by not just society but even their own family members or the partner or anybody. So we also try to do that. So those are my main responsibilities. I have SEMA ward work, and then I have clinics like 4 days a week. And then one day I have teaching with my consultant, and we sit down and we have teaching rounds on the patients to make sure that I'm up to date and I'm aware of all my diagnoses. Now, one of the things that is important, why usually when persons have miscarriages, I should mention, I like to do an ultrasound, or I like to have them do an ultrasound, or they come with their ultrasound already done, because sometimes these patients may go to another doctor who sends them to the ultrasound and then get the results, or they may go to A&E and A&E sends them home to do an ultrasound. But I think having an ultrasound documentation is important, because sometimes the bleeding in pregnancy can be mistaken, and there are different kinds of miscarriages. There's incomplete, complete, threatened, there's induced, and there's also missed miscarriages. So we need to make sure that it's one of those. We need to rule out those differentials, and we also have to rule out an ectopic pregnancy, which is when the pregnancy is implanted not inside the uterus but in another part, maybe in the tubes, in the abdomen. So we need to make sure that we're ruling out an ectopic, because an ectopic can be very life-threatening. It can rupture, patient can bleed, and we want to make sure that it's just a miscarriage and it's not an ectopic pregnancy. So in addition to seeing and examining them, we usually have an ultrasound, either do it or send them to do it, or they come with it, as I said. So those are generally my responsibilities. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, so I hope you guys know a little bit more about what I do in my day on this rotation, because last month I was assigned to the labor ward, and I really would have wanted to vlog, but labor ward is so hectic. It can switch from day to day. Maybe I'll try to do it on one of my duties. If on one of my labor ward duties, I'll try to show you what happens on the labor ward. But trust me, sometimes the labor ward moves so fast that you don't even have time to pee. So that was where I was on labor ward last year, and then now I'm on senior sexual and reproductive health, The other areas that we have gynaecology, we have postnatal, we have post-surgical, we have general gynecology, we have maternal fetal medicine, and then we have the general firms, and we have triage. So most areas you spend either between 1 to 3 months depending on your allotted rotation time. So different places is 1 month, and then some places is 2 to 3 months. And that is it. That is my general day-to-day occurrences. And I try to plan my life around it and work around it. So I'm getting hungry now. I've been talking for a good 10 minutes. So let's go get some food before duty, so I don't drop down other people them work, because that is not it. That is not cute. I did not get dressed looking cute this morning to go drop down at the people them hospital. Not I, said the cats. Alright guys, so I'll see you in the next clip. Hopefully I never bored you with all my chattering. So I'll see you guys soon. See you in the next clip. Peace. So this is what I'm having. Pepper shrimp pasta. Yum. So I've made it to my triage area. This is where we see the patients. I gave you guys a tour in my first day in my life, but yeah, this is a CTG machine. It records the baby's heartbeat as well as if there's any contractions. And then this is the bed we see the patients on, some speculum in case we need to do vaginal examination, gloves, and other accoutrements. And here is my little table what I sit down and see the patients. Alright guys, so I've told you this before in a previous vlog what the triage area is, but in case you're new here, hi, my name is Nella. Hiya. I'm a medical doctor in the field of obstetrics and gynecology, and welcome to Just Nella, and welcome to the Verde fam. If you see something that you like, then hit that subscribe button right there, turn on the notification bell, and hit that like button, and let's keep growing together, and tell people who are like you, who may be interested in medical content, to come and join the family, right? Or if you're not a newbie but you've forgotten what the triage area is, let me just give you guys a little refresher. Now, triage is the area of the hospital wherein a patient can come in, anybody who is greater than 20 weeks gestation, means more than 20 weeks pregnant, and if they have any concerns, any issues, or anything, or any complaints that they have, they come to the triage area and we see them, we assess them, we examine them, we take a history, do their vitals, their checks, and then we assess whether or not they need to be allowed home, meaning that we just send them home with some advice, give them some reassurance, tell them about things to look out for with advice, and send them, and whether or not we need to send them home with advice, give them some reassurance, give them some things that they need to look out for, and they can either follow up in their health centers or follow up in our antenatal clinics, depending on what how, if they are a high risk patient or not. Or we can decide to admit them to one of our many wards, whether antenatal or obstetrics or gynecological related. Under 20 weeks, however, you go to the accident and emergency A&E section, and they will assess you. But in A&E it may take a long time, so usually patients under 20 weeks are not the most critical, because at that point a baby is not considered viable. I'm sorry, it's a definition, it's a clinical definition, and over 20 weeks a patient is more viable, even though in our third world setting that doesn't mean the baby necessarily, if we were to deliver early, we have the resources, but usually viability is a little bit around 24 weeks in our setting. But over 20 weeks we usually see you here. And under 20 weeks, you go to A&E and they will assess you and decide whether or not to send you home or to send you over to us. However, when they come to A&E, I can actually reassess you and see you and decide that I don't agree with their diagnosis, and I can either send you to a different ward than the one that they originally sent you to, or I can choose to send you home if I think that it's something where you can go home and you don't actually need to be admitted to the hospital. So when even if you're seen over A&E, even if you're just walking off the road, everybody has to come through. Everybody has to be reassessed by the triage officer. Well, I'm not doing a full reassessment. I'm just going to, for the patients under 19 weeks, I'm not doing a full reassessment. I'm just really making sure that I agree based on what I see written on the referral form. We also take referrals from other health centers, Antenatal clinic, Harris clinic, anywhere really, as long as you're pregnant and over 20 weeks. And after the triage area, after the triage officers assess you, we send you home. Now, triage always has somebody 24 hours a day. We have a person who is assigned to triage for the month, a resident who is assigned for the month, and then in the evenings we have a resident who takes over for the duty team, the duty management of the triage. So today I am the duty resident. In the last vlog that I did, which was like a year ago or a couple months ago, I was actually the day triage officer, so I was working in triage the whole day, and I ended up being on duty as well, so I ended up being in charge for 24 hours. But today, as I mentioned before, I was on the sexual reproductive, and then now in the evening from 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, I am on triage, and I'll be seeing people. I am the gatekeeper of the hospital, the crypt keeper. You shall not pass. Or, well, if you need to, you're definitely going to pass. But basically, that's my role here on the duty, being the triage officer and making sure everybody is okay. If you have any questions about any other medical content that you'd like, you can definitely leave it down below and I will answer it, or you can hit me in the DMs. People who have hit me in the DMs know that I'll respond, and that's on Instagram or Twitter. If it's Facebook, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm gonna get to you for a very long time, but usually Instagram and Twitter I try to check them at least once a day. Other than that, let's continue. I don't know if you know, it's very difficult to do medical content because, yeah, patience. It is 8 a.m. Duty has ended. It is time to go home.